What's going on, guys? Your boy RandomGuyKev, and this is part 2 of my video. Now we're going to talk about actual airsoft in Japan. So far we played a little bit at the Crytek owners meeting, which was fun. It was just like the players weren't as aggressive as you would expect, and then we went to a bunch of other fields. So they have like, I think it's like 4 different things where it's UAB, which is ultimate airsoft battle, speed soft, like milsim, and then like kind of casual play. Ultimate airsoft battle is more similar to speed soft, but it's kind of like speed walking or walking in general, because some fields won't allow you to run. You can't run in some fields or some play areas. It's all about, you know, speed walking, boop, popping out, and then, you know, kind of going. And a lot of it is one shot, one kill. So no touch and go respawn like in the US, and the jewel limit is a lot lower as well. So I believe it's about jewel limit is like 0.98, I believe, which is possibly around 0.2 excuse me, on 0.25 gram BBs, it's about 322, 320 FPS. So it's like boop, 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 but it's also, from my understanding, airsoft here, it's everybody's into it. So it's like people go on dates. It's like a lot of women, a lot of guys. Hey, you want to go on a date? We'll go play airsoft, and that's like the common thing. So you'll see a lot of it's mixed. I feel like it's more women than guys that play it. So it's interesting, the community. I think everybody's like somewhat aggressive, but not so much compared to what I'm used to. But all in all, it's a great time. I feel like I believe we're gonna try to hit some more fields and see how it goes. But the fields, the shops are amazing. They're all like fully. It seems like every shop that we've been to, they've always been like super packed. But ultimately, airsoft in Japan has been amazing, and I want to continue experiencing it while I'm here.
Hi guys, I'm Nora, otherwise known as NonoCat, and you know, having played airsoft in Japan very briefly at the Crytek owners meeting number 5, it was quite an interesting experience because you know, everything here is sub 0.98 joules, so the guns don't actually hurt as much. Players play a little bit different, they're more individualistic, and you know, it's more of a semi-indoor outdoor sort of arena that you find mostly here. And having visited all the stores and the fields here, size is quite different when it comes to like you know, comparing to New Zealand as a whole. So in New Zealand, I think we have much more land, much more bigger fields, whereas here it's more compact but more streamlined, if anything. That's why we find a lot more indoor sort of fields around here. So having, you know, gone around a bit, there's one thing I can definitely say is the variety here is insane. Custom guns are a big thing here as well, so we were really impressed. I'm really impressed for, you know, to see what everyone is bringing to the table. Everyone's got something Cerakoted, everything's got something that's highly modified, custom parts and whatnot, and they're very tuned, if anything. So custom guns are a big thing here, so everyone must have, you know, tuned their gun to like some incredible sort of performance specs just to make up for that 0.98 joule. So that's really interesting for me.
Hey everyone, Scott Hollenbeck here from USAirsoft. Yeah, that USAirsoft. Nothing special, I'm a dork. Airsoft here in Japan has been freaking awesome, dude. It's just, everyone's doing whatever they want. They treat it like a video game. It's all pure fun, and I really enjoy it. There are people that take it tactically and serious here and there, but even then, the serious guys aren't going to be so serious where they're trying to, like, you know, doo-doo on our players. It's really cool around here, especially all the customization. We've seen so many custom painted guns, decals, and all sorts of stuff that you would never see in the United States, because we're trying to replicate so much stuff normally. And we're all concerned about what's cursed and what's blessed and yada yada. People do whatever they want here when it comes to airsoft, and I freaking love that.
It's Romain here from Auckland, New Zealand. So about Japan, airsoft culture is very different. What I mean by that is they really go all out. You know, they just keep that freedom of choice when it comes to customization and all that. You know, there's no set standard. You really can do whatever you want to do. You can see that with all these crazy guns, all these colors. It's very loud, you know, when you look at it. But that's the charm of it, you know. and it's everywhere so far as we saw, you know, in every store, every field. There's a crowd for guns like that, and that's something that I don't think you can see in most places usually. So it's really in Japan, it's quite special, yeah.
Hey, Jonathan with Airsoftology here, and I've got to tell you about what makes Japan so special with the airsoft world. I think the first thing is the way the games are run, the play style. There's some things that I'm not used to, like the single life. Most games are single life mode, so you do spend a lot of time back in the respawn. However, the thing I see the most of is the level of honor in this sport. I mean, you don't have to worry about anybody not calling their hits. It is unbelievable. It is the most fun, and with the lower power level, which normally you would think opposite of this, because the pain threshold's a lot less, you have a hobby and sport that's more accessible to everybody. You see women playing, newer players playing, everybody comes out and has a fun time because they're not getting stitched up at high power levels. So you see a wide range of players, more so here, from every walk of life, you know, every gender, just anything, than you do anywhere else. And it makes it more fun. And when you do get hit, you know, it stays a little and you just go back in. It's good, it's great, and it makes it so much more fun to play, and there's just so much honor. I can just go on for hours, but definitely Airsoft here is something you need to experience. Some other things that are different here is a lot of fields, especially indoor, don't allow running, so you have to move at a slower, more methodical pace, and the level of skill of the players for their ability to snap shoot and hit their targets with a airsoft gun that shoots below 1 joule, it's unbelievable. The reflexes, you step out into a lane and you're done. So you have to think differently when you play here. But yeah, those are the biggest differences in Airsoft in Japan that I've noticed. There are so many more I'm sure we could talk about, but other than that, all I can say is just come here and experience it.
Hey, it's Mark from Lilacs. So Airsoft in Japan is unique, but also very similar in many ways. Now, we have the same rules. You get shot, you call your hits. No blind firing. If you've played Airsoft once, you know the basics. But how people play here is quite different. It's almost a hybrid between Speedsoft and regular like milsim, because size regulations and the limitation of space. A lot of the fields here are this hybrid between either indoor-outdoor or they're very complex indoor fields. There's a lot of quick peek shooting. There's a lot of shouldering your airsoft gun quite high over your shoulder. Not necessarily the most realistic of things, but it works for what Japan is. So if you come in with a mentality of like, oh, I'm just gonna do my same milsim stuff, you may have a hard time. Same thing if you just come in purely doing Speedsoft, you may also have a hard time. So it's a very interesting little blending of both an outdoor and an indoor experience, and keeps you on your feet. Most importantly, because it's only about 1 joule, that's about 300-ish or so FPS, meaning even though you may be able to reach out far and touch somebody, due to the power limitations, they may or may not feel it, or they can easily dodge it. So if you're playing outdoors, you constantly have to move, which I think is a good thing, because who likes campers or camping in the first place?
Hold your,
All right, on me, boys.
on your shields.
We're gonna cut a left here. We're gonna go into CQB. Lock that shit down.
Got it.
すごいことになってんな。